Tiffany. Hey, girl, hey. All right, y'all. We live. We're a whole hour early live. I'm still 2 minutes late. Let me tell you, it's really like a whole mind thing with me. Like I'm up and stuff. I'm like, how you up, ready? It's still 2 minutes late. Still 2 minutes late. Be trying to do a little extra. I find some extra stuff to do in the morning sometime. I was like, I can get this done real quick, and I make myself like I gotta stop. I really do. I'm gonna have to be like, you know what? I'm not doing anything but get up in my morning meditation and make sure I'm nice and ready to go for the video. Like I don't need to add no cleaning, no moving nothing around, none of that stuff in the morning. I always find something to do. Divine blessings. All right, beautiful people. So we is early today because I got a meeting I got to get to early. Audrey Shalom, Mom Shalom. Y'all are woke. Y'all the real MVPs. Y'all like the ones that show up to the prayer meeting at church. There's only a handful of them. All right, beautiful people. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. It is March the 15th, 2022, day 56 of year 4 of reading through the books of the law and the prophets and of the 4-year consecutive day count, day 1074. Today, we're going to read the next portion of Tablet M, which is M.2 and possibly 3 of the complete Annunaki Bible, and we'll read a little bit of chapter 29 of My Big Toe. I'm going to stick to the timeline today, right? 30 minutes for the Annunaki Bible, 30 minutes for My Big Toe. I might cut them down probably about 28 minutes a piece. That way we can go ahead and get out here and try. I'm going to try and keep it to like a solid hour today. So I'm going to check my time when we're done. We'll see, right? All right, beautiful. Okay. All right, y'all. Doing this right here. Go to my book right here. All right, y'all. So let's hop to it. Father, thank you for waking us up earlier today. Bless all those that showed up to hear it. Continue to lead us and guide us into all truth. All right, beautiful people. Page 200 of the complete Annunaki Bible. And we're starting at tablet 3 inside of tablet, what is it? M.1 through 9. Yep. So this is the Maklu tablet series. So we read tablet 1 and tablet 2 yesterday. So now we get into tablet 3. All right. And it's the same thing. It has the different language, but it also is translated in English. So I'm just going to read the translated portion. If you want to go through and read the other language, if you got one, feel free. By all means, go read it. Okay. The witch who travels on the roads, who invades the people's houses, who walks in the alleyways, who hunts in the public district. She turns about, showing front and back. She stays in place while still moving her feet. In the public district, she blocks the way. She steals the strength of the innocent man. She steals the fruit of the innocent girl. And with one look, she takes away beauty. She sees a man and takes his strength. She sees a girl and takes her beauty. The witch saw me and followed me, and with her venom she has disrupted my way. With magic she has hindered my stride. She takes me away from my God and my goddess. For the image of the witch I have used clay, an image of the sorceress I have made. And that kind of sounds like the prostitute in Proverbs chapter 8, right? But it doesn't mention the women. It just mentioned the foolish men, right, who fall into her trap. Okay. In your body I place, and it has in brackets, talcum, the destroyer of all. In your body I put wood to burn you with, the wood that burns and stops your venom. Above the city I kindle a fire. Beneath the city I sprinkle a potion. Wherever you go, I set it on fire. When you show yourself, Gibble devours you. Remember, Gibble is the fires of God. When you rest yourself, Gibble seizes you. When you move about, may Gibble kill you. When you breathe, may Gibble burn you. To the land of no return, may Gibble bring you. Gibble, raging force, burns your existence. Two daughters of the sky god Anu, three daughters of the sky god Anu. They descend from a ladder from yeah, they descend from a ladder from the sky. When do you ascend? Where do you go? The sorcerer and the sorceress of, then you name the person, son of, then you name that person. We went to cast a spell. We went to gather sprigs of their fruit trees. We went to gather up their garbage. We went in the night to burn the Halupu ship. Sorceress, murderess, nightmare, Narsindatu, Aspitu, priestess of the magic arts, snake charmer, Agugiltu, prostitute, Naditu, Ishtar devotee, Zer Masitu, who captures the night, who hunts the whole of the day, and who putrefies the skies and touches down on earth, distorting the mouths of the gods, binding up the knees of the goddesses, who kills the people's men, who doesn't spare the women. You are a destroyer, an evil woman. Against your sorceries and witchcraft, none fight. They see you and they grab you. They change you, they bring you to instability. They have mixed up your magic word, Enki and Marduk. They cast you down to Gira. Gira, may he burn your knots, and every sorcery you spoke falls back on you. I am the light, a pure river shining, I am. My sorcerer is the wise one of the deep. My sorceress are the daughters of the sky god Anu. They speak sorcery unto me unceasingly. They have bewitched and spared me nothing. They endless work magic but cannot seize me. I have magic, and I catch their words in my hand. I have become brilliantly shining like the rivers, Euphrates and Tigris, in my land. I have become pure as the shining one. My evil warlock and wicked witch, the rivers, may it swallow them. May their deceit come back on them and fall upon them as dust on this image. May their burned face be blackened with ash. May they drip like wax, melt away and dissolve. But I, like the river, remain pure. The Sutri tribe surrounds me. I am chased by the Elamites. I am surrounded by flood water and raging storms. The witch is of the Suti tribe. Her attack fails. The nightmare is an Elamite who hits means death. Gibil, friend of Samas, come forth unto me, like the mountain comes to rest in sulfur. May the sorceress and witches, the magic spell of my evildoers and of my nightmares, may Gibil burn them all. May the pure river break her heart. May the pure water dissolve her spell, and I, like the river, remain pure. What is your name, witch? I love that part. Whose heart possesses the baneful word, on whose tongue the baneful magic forms, on whose lips is the spell against me starts. In your footsteps stands death. Wicked witch, I seize your words, tongue and mouth. I seize your eyes. I seize your feet. I seize your legs. I seize your right arm, then tie both arms behind your back. Oh, I love that. But it was very well trained in what you want to call it, the deliverance ministry. Auntie, present, Uncle JB, Grand Rising, Alicia, hey girl, hey. I seize your eyes. I seize your feet. I seize your legs. I seize your right arm, then tie both arms behind your back. May Nana send twin form destroy your body, cast you in a ditch of water and fire, which, like the interior of the furnace, may your face become burnt yellow. You have bewitched me. You have charmed me. You have enchanted me. You have oppressed me. You have seized me. You have suffocated me. You have destroyed me. You have tied me. You have bound me. You have confounded me. You have kept my God and goddess from me, kept away from my friend, consort, brother, sister, and family companions, and servants. I scrape flakes of ash from the oven and soot from the pots. I mix them with water and it drips over the head of your evil image figure. Who has bewitched me? Who has enchanted me? In the river's high waters, who has bewitched me? In the river low waters, who has bewitched me? Who said to the sorceress, cast your sorcery? Who said to the inspired, make him insane? This is her boat. Like the boat crosses back across the waters, so too may her spells come back and cross on her head and her figure, body, so be it. May she be defeated while I remain victorious. My boat is built by Nana Sin. Between the horns stand the potion as cargo. Inside it, the evil warlock and evil witch and the, I'm sorry, inside it, the evil warlock and the wicked witch sit. Inside it, the sorcerer and the sorceress sit. Inside it, the inspirers of insanity sit. Come, let the dope, I'm sorry, let the dope. Come, let the dock rope be cut. Come, let the moor be loosened from the boat. May it be lost in the midst of the sea. May a strong wave pull it into the ocean. May the May the waves of the sea overpower it. May a favorable wind not blow, not be had. By the order of Nuski and Gira, the god judges. Latu, why do you pursue me in the streets without ceasing? Why send your messengers to my head? Which inhibited is your new word? I climb to the heights and see you. I climb down to the earth and I see you. On your path, I set the ban, none may pass. On your path, I set the dead spirit of persecution. I strike at your head and confuse your mind. It says bright. I bring your spirit to ruin that you may forget your body. Sorcerer and sorceress of the deep, the sky I am, and you cannot touch me. The earth I am, and you cannot confound me. The thorn I am, and you cannot crush me. The scorpion's sting I am, you cannot touch me. The mountain's peak I am, your sorceries and enchantment, your spell, your evil manifestations cannot come close to me. You shall not pass. Hand, 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 powerful of men, like a lion tackles the man, like a slingshot thrusts the man out to the ground. Like a net has ensnared the strong man, like a grappling has ensnared the leader, like a perfect trap, it has caught the most powerful. The evil warlock and wicked witch may Gira burn your hands, Gira devour, Gira drink, Gira destroy, Gira scream out against their powerful hands. Your hands are bewitched now. May Gira or the fires of God burn the whole of your body now. May the son of Enki, Marduk, master of the magicians, destroy your power. Remember, Moses was also known as a master of the magicians. When they talked about him, they called him the master magician. But you'll never know that if you don't get some of the information and the story from some of the other people who was there during his time. Amanda, shalom. May the son of Enki, Marduk, master of the magicians, destroy your power. Breath of Gira, blow against your face, like a furnace seeping through its defection, like a pot developing its suit. May the raging Gira consume and destroy you. Your witchcraft, your evil spell shall not come close to me. Climb like a fish in my own water, like a pig in my sty, like a seed mastical from my meadows, like the grass reed on the river banks, like the seed of the black tree on the shore. Radiant shining Ishtar, who brightens the night, over to whose fate I have been delivered by the decree of the raging Gira has spoken, and Gira, the consuming, born of Anu, hand, powerful of men, which, because of your strong slander, your mouth, because of your powerful hand, I have brought you the word from the city and the secret house. I seek the secret word for you, evil warlock and wicked witch, sorcerer and sorceress. I pull down your lifted hand and cast it into the fire. The first line of the next tablet in the next series is In Belize Bisli Kidi Ki D. Then it has Tapu 3 Kam Maklu. Here ends the third tablet of the Maklu. All right, so we at 15 minutes. All right, tablet 4. Boil, boil, burn, burn. Discord and evil do not enter. Keep away. Who are you? Born of whose son? Whose daughter? You who sit here and plot your sorcery against me. May Inky the magician undo and reverse your spells. Marduk, Asariludu, magician of the gods, son of Inky, wise father. I bind you, I tie you up. I give you over to Gira, burning, incinerating, consuming, overpowering, and seizing the sorceress. Gira, incinerating power, give strength to my arms. Magic, revolt, baneful, love, hate, chaos, murder, deceit, disease of the mouth. Ooh, that's what they call deceit. It has deceit, and then in brackets, it has disease of the mouth. That might be in our title today. Tearing from the sides, a face turned to insanity. What have you done? What have you made others do for you? May Gira reverse it. You have marked me for dead. May Gira undo this. You have turned me over to the dead. May Gira undo this. You have delivered me to the spirits of the dead. May Gira undo this. You have delivered me to the spirits of the unknown dead. May Gira undo this. You have given me a wandering spirit. May Gira undo this. You have turned me over to the ghost of ruins. May Gira undo this. You have sent me into an open desert to rot. May Gira undo this. You have pressed me up against the inner and outer walls. May Gira undo this. You have turned me over to the mistress of the mountains. May Gira undo this. You have delivered me into a furnace on the stovetop, into pails of hot embers and coals. May Gira undo this. You have given images of me to the dead. May Gira undo this. You have made images of me among the dead. May Gira undo this. You have placed images of me next to the dead. May Gira undo this. You have placed images of me into the hands of the dead. May Gira undo this. You have buried images of me in the grave of the dead. May Gira undo this. You have turned images of me over to the dead. May Gira undo this. You have locked away images of me in the wall safe. May Gira undo this. You have placed images of me at the baneful threshold. May Gira undo this. You have locked up images of me at the baneful entrance. May Gira undo this. You have embedded images of me on a bridge, causing others to step on me. May Gira undo this. You have embedded images of me in the wash house drains. May Gira undo this. You have buried images of me in the gardener's ditch. May Gira undo this. Images of me from wood and salt, from wax, from seed, from asphalt, from clay, from dough. Images, likenesses of my face and form you mold, then give it to a dog and a pig to eat, given to the birds of the sky who drop them in a river. Images of me to Lamatsu, daughter of Anu, what you have given to do, what others have done for you. May Gira undo this. Images of me to Gira, you have done this. May Gira undo this. You have poured my water in with the dead. May Gira undo this. You have poured my water in the lap of the dead. May Gira undo this. Somebody that's depressed probably should take this, and when they go through all of this and ask in the fires of God to undo all that's been done to them, it's impossible for your energy to be resonating on that depression level anymore, right? This is it kind of get me hyped. Images of me to Gira. You have done this. May Gira undo this. You have poured my water in with the dead. May Gira undo this. You have poured my water in the lap of the dead. May Gira undo this. You have poured my water into the grave of the dead. May Gira undo this. You have poured my water into the body of the dead. May Gira undo this. You have poured my water into the body of the dead. May Gira undo this. You have siphoned the water from my body. May Gira undo this. To Gilgamesh you gave my water. May Gira undo this. You have lost my waters to the ditch. May Gira undo this. You have slit my throat before Nana Sin. May Gira undo this. You have slit my throat before Sa Pae. May Gira undo this. You have slit my throat in the starlight of Siginus and Lacerta. You have slit my throat. May Gira undo this. In the front entrance gate of the house, in front of friends, companions, and servants of the house, in front of parents and siblings of the house, in front of the house and gate, servants both small and large of the house. You made me ugly to all those who behold me. I have bound you, tied you up, and delivered you over to Gira, who burns, incinerates, binds up, and seizes the sorceress. Gira, burn away your knots, undo your enchantments, and untie your ropes by the decree of Marduk, son of Enki, the wise father of magicians. To Gira, praise and wise, born of Anu. Who are you, sorcerer, sorceress, who has committed the murder, whether companion or neighbor, whether family or friend, whether foreigner or native, whether known or unknown, whether sorcerer or sorceress, whether man or woman, murderer or murderess, whether Kagaru priest or Shahiru priestess, whether a Nar Sindhu or snake charmer, whether an Agugilu, or a foreign traveler. Significant unreadable text in next 19 lines. Then it has reference 75, and it said, translation note. As the Maklu series progresses, they become increasingly broken, damaged, or fragmentary in even the best tablet renditions available. As such, these parts will not be translated for this text if found too sparse. Okay. It does have something, but it's all in the language. But it was, it says before all of that starts, it says significant unreadable text in next 19 lines, right? I could read it, but ain't none of us gonna know what it say. Well, maybe somebody here might know, right? Somebody that come later may be able to translate it. So let me just read it just in case somebody might know what it say. Forgive my accent or whatever, because it's not my native language. Tu giskak kusu lisi burma mitsu nut suen in ner tia kasapiti tia u kasapatia is ma sisuniti ata ma ak sunuti kiasakan sunuti ana pi gira kami kali kasi kasidu sa kasa patamis suin in sa some the sam sisi manu abusu manu umasu manu ahat suma su anu sa marduk u nanasen ilu git malu u si distar ahat suma su anu kispi u halak epsu bartam amat lemutim u pasar suin. All right, and then it picks back up with the English translation. Shayla, hey, did I already say hey to you? Maybe not. I think I might have. All right, okay, it's picking back up. It hexes, it vexes unceasingly. Oh, if somebody know what that said, possibly maybe here now, maybe that come later, sometime in the future, maybe even far future, leave it. If I'm still alive on the planet, if my video is still up, I'll get the notification and I'll come back and see the translation. It hexes, it vexes unceasingly the Kuthites, the Elamites, the daughters of the Hanigal the 6 on dry earth bind knots. 6 are their knots. 7 is my untying. What they tie in the night, I untie in the day. What they tie in the daylight, I untie in the nighttime. I turn them over to burning Gira, incinerating, binding, and seizing the sorcerer, sorceress. My anathema is a witch. I am released. The witch is a wicked witch. I am released. The witch is an Elamite. I am released. The witch is a Kuthite. I am released. The witch is of the Suti tribes. I am released. The witch is a Luluban. I am released. The witch is a Hane Galbaton. I am released. The witch is an Agu Giltu. I am released. The witch is a excuse me. The witch is a Nar Sindatu. I am released. The witch is a snake charmer. I am released. The witch is a priestess of magic. I am released. The witch is a metallurgist. I am released. The witch is a spoke on my gate. I am released. Just quick little side note. Also, when you look up, because on like the religious, like the Christian religious side, you first of all, you never really see priestess, right? And even in like the Catholic portion of the church, you only see the priest. But when you go over to the other side, you see priestess. But if you go look up priestess, you always see this wicked woman, right? They depict women who are in the I guess who are in the priesthood, they depict them as like prostitutes all the time. I was looking into that. I was like, wait a minute, I do not see, because a priestess, the definition of a priestess is a holy woman, but they always portray her as a prostitute in all of the pictures and drawings that I looked up, based on what I understand. And the priesthood is holy men, and is the holy men and women, or those, if you depend on which area of the world you go to, or those who practice white magic, or they're able to bring the forces. They're like the avatars, so to speak. They're able to bring all the forces into balance. Those who have good motives and live pure lives, them. But they always depict the women as prostitutes. I'm like, this is wrong. Right? Seriously, go look it up. Look it up. Except for Egypt, right? Except for Egypt. Egypt keep it straight. But everybody else, they remember, everybody was absolutely, they were disgusted with Egypt, that they even allowed women in the priesthood. And not only that, but they treated them equally, equal to men, like all the way around. Other nations were disgusted at that fact, which helps me understand why all the other nations depict priestess or women as prostitutes. It's crazy. I was really looking into that. Yes, I'm like, this is ludicrous. Okay. The witch is a neighbor of mine. I am released. I have gathered her images and sent them to the west. The figures of the seven and the seven witches to Gira I deliver. In a portable kiln I have burned them. Gibil, burn the evil warlock and the wicked witch. Gibil, incinerate my warlock and witch. Gibil, burn them completely. Gibil, incinerate them completely. Gibil, seize the whole of their being. Gibil, devour them completely. Gibil, move them away from here. Roaring Gibil, please calm down. Gibil, save me and calm yourself. The sorcerer and sorceress, the enchanter and enchantress, may they truly burn out completely, though I let loose the flood water to shower down upon them. Then it's in epistum u musti pistum, the first line of the next tablet in the series. Tapu for kam maklu. Here ends the fourth tablet of the maklu. All right, and so since we're at the 28-minute mark, here we will pause. Pause right here. No, because you was late. But you here. Look, you showed up early with the prayer warriors, the ones that show up to the prayer meeting. You know it's only a handful of them. That's what I was saying at the beginning. I was like, y'all the real MVPs. We already get up early. We here early. Y'all showed up even earlier with me. I really figured I was gonna be here by my not. I knew a few people was gonna show, right? Some people may have forgot, or whatever. But y'all made it. Y'all made it. Matter of fact, I think y'all about the ones who here every day. Anyway, y'all the real MVPs. We going to war. I'm taking y'all with me. We're going to war together. I know we're gonna have each other back. All right. Chapter 29, The Evolution of Ao, The Birth of Time. So we got 30 minutes left. We may or may not finish this. It's on what? 2, 4, 6, 8. It's like 8.5 pages. Audrey, oh great spirit. Good morning, peace and blessings. Okay. Okay, team, come through. Early bird gets the worm, or early birds get the wisdom. They get the best picks. Maybe we should change our daily time to 6:15 or 6:30. I don't know. I don't know. But this seriously, I got an early meet today, so there was no way I was going to be able to do this morning and kind of keep the time. So I was like, you know what? Let's go early. Okay. Chapter 29, The Evolution of Ao, The Birth of Time. Ao is about to get natural rhythm. Time is as easy for Ao to invent or evolve as it is for us to keep time by tapping our foot. To create time, our state flipping friend needs only to oscillate, repetitively change the state of some individual or group of reality cells more or less regularly, uniform, non uniform, uniform, non uniform, and so on. These regularly oscillating reality cells become Ao's clock, like a metronome. They keep time for everything else. If the frequency of this group of clock cells is constant, it will be a more useful clock. The best clock will oscillate as efficiently, regularly, and quickly as possible its natural frequency, because works better is what drives evolution. We should expect that AO would eventually evolve a process that produces a highly regulated constant frequency. Time is a technology, a construct of a self-modifying, evolving consciousness, an artifact of a system of energy improving its internal organization when the potential energy of primordial consciousness, the potential to self organize more profitably, evolves the ability to decrease its own entropy one infinitesimal smidgen. Time is the byproduct of that internal change. Time separates the before state from the after state. Change creates the notion of time. Awareness of change necessitates the idea of a personal time. The concept of time is defined and created within the dim awareness of AO when the fundamental process enables AO to change something, to somehow modify its absolute oneness, even if that change is entirely random. The initial modification may have been a quirky, unplanned, fortuitous event or directly related to AO's unknowable external environment. No one can know. We cannot with certainty specify the origins of the first biological cells within PMR, excuse me, much less the first reality cells within AO. That was a long time ago, and we were not there when it happened. As I said in chapter 25 of this book, go ask your mother. It is not an appropriate question. Scrupulously avoid making assumptions and creating beliefs or pseudo knowledge to fill in for what you cannot understand. That's good. That's good. That's just good all around wisdom for everything. Scrupulously avoid making assumptions and creating beliefs or pseudo knowledge to fill in for what you cannot understand. Pseudo knowledge is useless except as a pacifier for a needy ego. You and your intestinal bacteria must realize there are some things that you will never fully appreciate because they are and will always be beyond your limited reach. Appreciating your limitations is the first step towards obtaining wisdom. That's good. I'm going to read that again. Appreciating your limitations is the first step towards obtaining wisdom. At the same time, creating apparent limitations where none actually exist by getting stuck in belief traps is a great waste of potential. Read the previous two sentences again. Well, we read it once, so might as well go ahead and do it again. Appreciating your limitations is the first step toward obtaining wisdom. At the same time, creating apparent limitations where none actually exist by getting stuck in belief traps is a great waste of potential. Read the previous two sentences again. Do you see the importance of discovering big truth and why you should spare no effort to clearly understand the difference between actual and apparent limitations? Make a note. The ability to accurately assess one's fundamental limitations differentiates the wise from the foolish. I'll say that again too. The ability to accurately assess one's fundamental limitations differentiates wise from the foolish. The incredible evolutionary probability of time is immediately obvious. Ordered events allow sequences to carry and propagate content. Complex interaction and causal logic chains evolve as the beat goes on. Entropy is reduced. Time acts as a catalytic catalytic like catalytic converter. Yeah. Time acts as a catalytic agent. It dramatically enhances AO's ability to self organize, thus speeding up the interaction between the fundamental process and consciousness. The evolutionary pressure or self improvement moves consciousness toward higher quality and lower entropy states, which is equivalent to moving consciousness to brighter, more aware, and more highly organized internal configurations. Lower entropy produces higher quality, which means that the consciousness system has more energy available to do work to more profitably organize. One divided by the frequency of oscillation gives the period of one cycle. The period of a cycle is the time required to change state and then change it back again. One period is often used as a handy measure or unit of time. For example, the period of the rotation of the Earth on its axis is 1 day, and grandfather clocks use the period of a pendulum to count seconds. More possibilities and evolutionary potentiality can be generated if AO's parts and patterns can communicate, if they can interact and be coordinated with each other, like the legs, like the arms, legs, brain, and hold on, like the arms, legs, brain, tail, and eyes of a monkey trying to snag a banana. Coordinated activity can both propagate and regulate patterns of content. Signals and messages can be passed from cell to cell as fast as one cell can change in state. Hold on. As fast as one cell can change state in response to an adjacent cell changing state. If the patterns encode meanings as are patterns of neurons, letters, and words, gestures, or sounds do, soon AO has parts of itself communicating and sharing data with other parts. Imagine something roughly analogous to a biological nervous system communicating between body parts using sequence patterns of neurons. That right there in itself is mind blowing because I never actually sat and thought about how we got the different clocks and the different systems going on in our body, like our eyes and our nose and our breathing and our heart, and how they operate and how they're all in sync and in tune and on a certain time clock. Like if your heartbeat slows down, your breathing is impeded. Yes, babe. I did. I'm on it. I'm on it. We're about to end it in a few minutes. Like your body's time rhythm and everything is thrown off, right? Let one thing get out of whack, it's going to begin to affect all the other systems. That is like a perfect timing of multiple things that need to be timed within a bigger overall system that is timed to function in perfection, if that makes sense. Okay, he got a little short aside. Do you find it an interesting concept that our central nervous system, CNS, which includes brain, nerves, neurons, synapses, and electrical charges, mirrors consciousness in its information transfer processes? Contemplate the close connection between our central nervous system and our consciousness. The central nervous system is a highly constrained physical analog of consciousness functionality. The CNS or central nervous system limits how our consciousness perceives physical matter reality as a computer's operating system and applications limit what the central processor can accomplish. It serves as a constraint upon the data stream that defines the virtual experience of the virtual physical body within the mind of the individuated non physical consciousness that in turn defines your existence and motivates your intent within a larger reality. Those who wish to explore an expanded discussion of the relationship between consciousness and brains should look at the physics or the consciousness and physics topic in the discussion group at the www.my-big-toe.com website. It is reasonable that the mechanisms of data processing and information transfer that takes place within the cell-based mind we call AO are similar to information processing and communications used by the central nervous system. Imagine a sophisticated top-end mainframe computer being, among other things, connected through a simple interface to a bank of custom-made sensors because the CNS evolved to be the interface between the perception of physical experience and the consciousness of the perceiver that it hosts, it is reasonable to expect the communications technology on both sides, physical and non physical, of the interface to be highly compatible, which usually implies some functional similarity. Our view from the physical side of the interface is no doubt severely limited, but after we more fully understand how the brain and CNS work, we will perhaps have a small, physical, highly tinted window through which we can peek at the mechanics of the processes within the non physical consciousness, the same processes through which the larger reality is eventually expressed. And that's the end of that little aside. The technology of AO's clocks could get complicated, for we know for sure only that AO can make one terrifically good clock in order to produce, regulate, and integrate patterns and patterns of patterns of patterns. Evolution through the fundamental process creates the optimal clock solution for AO, whatever that is. The details are not that important. Do not be intimidated by sinu what sinusoids, I think it's sinusoids, or by the mathematical expression that were given as examples of oscillating functions in chapter 26 of this book. All you need to know is that a cell based digital AO can readily evolve an adequate clock, regularly oscillating group of reality cells to meet its evolutionary needs. Trina, hey girl, hey. The upper limit on the speed with which a given message can be propagated is determined by how fast a single reality cell can change state. This maximum state change speed is directly related to the minimum clock time of one half cycle or one quantum of AO time. A full cycle would require a reality cell to change state and then change back to the original state. In other words, the maximum speed with which a cell can normally change state provides the definition of the smallest unit of the smallest unit of time our AO clock can directly measure. This minimum time unit is defined as the fundamental quantum of time. Ali shalom, shalom. I can see that many of the technoids in the reading audience have their hands in the air. If the state change is smooth and continuous in the form of sin, and it has in parentheses WT, for example, the smallest practical unit of time can be reduced to the smallest discrete portion of a state change, and it has a triangle and a W and a T. Like this is some kind of engineering mathematics equation symbols that they're using. Like sin is one of them with the WT and the triangle WT. I don't know. I did not go that far in mathematics. Let me go back. The smallest practical unit of time that can be reduced to the smallest discrete portion of a state change, parentheses, triangle WT, that AO can consistently and accurately measure, be aware of. However, that is a technical detail that is of little importance to the big picture. Above, we have been using words such as adjacent and speed, which denote distance or space, but space is not yet defined. These words are only metaphors. Do not take them literally, or you will be thinking anthropomorphically back in habitual 3D concepts, believing that AO takes up space and exists out there somewhere, somehow, in a different place apart from us. Consider the speed of your thoughts, the space between consecutive or adjacent ideas, or the patterns of thought in your skeptically open mind. Think about multiple, simultaneous, or regularly occurring thoughts, and about having thoughts simultaneously exist in the foreground and background of your mind. Great big thoughts and little tiny thoughts are not spatially large or small. We must guard against imposing our extremely limited 3D conceptual patterns, as well as our sense of time and causality on AO. The constant evolutionary pressure to maximize profitability by reducing entropy made AO progressively more complex and self aware. Biological organisms went through a similar process. The more awareness and complexity an individual entity or system creates through evolution, the more potential states and possibilities there are to explore. Learning, growing, and evolving are often accelerating processes. The actualization of a given potential gives birth to a greater potential that gives birth to an even greater potential. That because the birth, survival, propagation, death process, which absorbs an enormous amount of our time and energy within PMR. Yes. I said we leaving at 7:30. Right. It's 7:19. I know. I'm about to end it. Let me hurry up. We're gonna finish this chapter. After this little he think I'm gonna be lollygagging around. It's 7:20. Okay, so after this little paragraph, we're gonna end it. I'm gonna give him his 10 minutes so he see me walk around here doing something, grabbing my bag and stuff. Okay, because the birth, survival, propagation, death process, which absorbs an enormous amount of our time and energy within PMR, is not part of the consciousness evolution process. The acceleration of the evolutionary process is much greater for a consciousness system than a biological one. Without a body to drag around and care for, AO travels light and moves fast within a much larger set of possibilities. For example, education and learning is a bodiless process that obviously accelerates. Given a constant level of intelligence, the more someone knows and understands, the more quickly and readily he or she can know and understand additional related material. That's also called getting around that learning curve. Is once you get around that learning curve and you understand concepts, it's like you become like this genius and this expert overnight, because now you're able to connect the dots, because you went through all the struggles of learning how to put the stuff together. Now you actually understand the concept of what is being done, right? So you can work this system no matter how the system looks, because you understand the concept of how it's built and how it's supposed to work. You can figure it out with anything, and it's like your learning speeds up, right? And you increase a whole lot faster than when you first started. You gain this momentum, right? And it propels you, it literally propels you forward. Let me read that again. For example, education and learning is a bodily process that obviously accelerates. Given a constant level, given a constant level of intelligence, the more someone knows and understands, the more quickly and readily he or she can know and understand additional related materials. Kind of like what we're doing here, right? The rapid increase in the complexity, value, power, and pervasiveness of technology provides another clear example of a bodily evolutionary process, the expansion of knowledge and technical expertise that clearly demonstrates evolutionary acceleration. And this is where we're going to pause right here. So this short aside goes right here. All right, y'all. I'm going ahead and get out of here. Yes, knowledge for enlightenment. All right, y'all. So thank you all for showing up to class extra early today. Got to get out of here. Y'all, it is Tuesday, March the 15th, 2022, day 56 of year 4 of reading through the books of the Law and the Prophets under the 4-year consecutive day count, day 1074. We read a little bit more. Actually, we read tablet 3 and 4 of the tablet M.2 tablet in the complete Annunaki Bible. And then we started reading chapter 29 in my big toe. Starting on page, I got to my starting page. So I'm going to have to finish the rest of this in the car. 230. We start on page 239 and we pause on page 243. All right, y'all. So with that being said, thank y'all for hanging out. I love you all. Father, thank you for continuing to lead us and guide us into all truth. Bless everybody today. All the ones that showed up early to class, bless them all. Give them what they have need of today. All right, y'all. I love y'all. And I will see y'all back here. Tylane, girl, we out of here. Got to go back and watch it from the beginning. We started early today. See y'all back here tomorrow. Regular time, 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shalom, Israelite light workers. I like that, Ali. All right, y'all. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. Oops. I upload the video shortly and on the backup channel, but I got to do it from the car. Bye, y'all.